sprinkler is not working. I go over here, zone 15, 14, and run it. 14 should be on back there. I go to the next zone, 15, it should be right here. It's not running. Let me stop that. I know this is getting power. Let's make sure it's sending power out. Let's take this magnetic top off. We're going to put the voltmeter on here and on the zone number also. I got it on zone 14 and it's getting power, 26 volts. Let me test another one on zone 15. Here we go. And it's working. So, controller's working. I can access the controller with the app. I know it's getting power, and I know it's sending power down the lines. It's sending down the 2 lines, and they're not working. So, it makes me think it's not the lines to the individual controllers, because they can't both be out. And makes me think it's going to be somewhere, maybe the water's not coming in. I do have a master valve, or maybe something's wrong with the master valve. It's broken, or maybe the master valve is not getting power. So let's test the master valve. Basically any zone that's on should send power to the master valve also. Yep, 26 volts. Push that back in. Okay, so let's go down to the master valve and make sure it's actually receiving power. If it's not receiving the power, then there's something wrong with the line to the master valve. So here's my meter from the city. That water comes in. I don't know what's in that hole. There's my master valve, and that goes in to my irrigation system. So I want to make sure the water is coming through here correctly, and I know it's not coming out. I think it's not coming out. It also could be a cracked pipe somewhere. Let's just stick with the electronics for now. Over here in one of the zone controllers, if I turn the top of the valve 1/4 turn, and there's water coming in, it'll bypass the electronics and water should shoot out. I'm going to do it on this side also. Turn it 1/4 turn. Okay. Now let's go do the same thing on the master valve. So I come down here, turn this 1/4 turn. That thing's on there tight. Let me get the pliers. Okay, let this thing turn about 1/4. Water should be coming through here and out these things. Well, it's not. So let's close that again. Next thing I'm going to check is this flow control. I loosen this. Turn this thing. Make sure it's not, that's open. If water's coming through, that controls how much water comes through. That little one. The big one closes the gate or opens the gate. There's no water coming in. So it's not flow control. Okay. Well, let's test this thing. Let's test this by opening this to see if there's any water coming in at all. Oh, there's water. You can see it squirting. So that means the water's coming in from supply, coming to here. It doesn't look like it's getting past this. This hasn't been touched, so I'm going to take this off and replace it. Top of this valve. There's some screws on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or so. And I believe this is a rainbird system. I'm not going to mess with anything down here. These come in 2 pieces. Hopefully it's the same one. At first, I think that's what we'll do, because nothing came out when I opened this. But I am going to check the electronics here. See what it says, if it's receiving signal. Yeah, mud dauber. Thinks there's free mud and water. Alright, so let's test this. I got zone 14 on. Here, I'm getting 25 volts. I am getting a signal, but solenoid's not operating. You should hear a little thump when it turns on. So let's take it off. So first thing I have to do is turn off the city water. You see some water coming out, and that's just pressure release, I hope. Yeah, that's pressure release, otherwise it would be coming water everywhere. I checked for creepy crawlers, so especially spiders. I don't want to get stung by anything, and scorpions. Okay. So I don't want to mess with too many things on here. That thing was a little clogged up. Here's the new one. That's your manual on off. That's your flow valve, and this is a flush valve. So if you open that, when we put it on new, it'll flush any debris out. So we're going to take this one apart. You see the valve operation, manual on, turn the solenoid counterclockwise 1/4 turn. You can see it written on the side. That'll make the water flow through manually. Don't unscrew it or you're going to have water bursting out. And close it back. The flow control on the model I have, if you turn it in clockwise, it slows the amount of water through. Turn it counterclockwise to open the flow. And then finally the flush valve to clear debris. That's usually when you're installing a new one, or sometimes inside that little black plunger there'll be dirt, and that may help clear it off. A little speck of dirt or a little pebble will keep that valve from working correctly. Turn the screw clockwise only one turn. You'll see the water squirt out, and then close it again. Okay, I'm going to be very careful when I open this. I don't want anything to fall out because I'm probably going to replace some other parts too. Careful so I can replace this stuff. There's a spring in the middle. I don't know if this comes off easily. Okay, I'm trying to take that off. I'm just going to reach down in here, trying to pull this other one out. There we go. The little knob, it's real old, 18 years old. Could be anything. You can see all the black from the worn down rubber. Saw that black stuff? That's all degraded rubber big time. So, don't know, something plugged up or what, but we're going to replace it. See, there's two little holes here. That's where this matches up. Just sits on top nicely. Okay, we're going to get the new one. We'll just leave the wires connected like that for now. It goes on top like this. That goes on top of, see this little piece, this area here, the two little circles, that mates up with that. Way to get started is I put the little gasket in there and then push this on and just hold it down with this top part. Try to keep it level. Get all the screws started. I did not get that on my first attempt. Let's do it. You start screwing, it'll flatten out and start aligning itself. I've got it in there, no electronics connected. Let's open up the water, see if it leaks. Over here we're going to open the water up. Any leaks? Okay. Let's test the flush valve. Coming out like it should. Let's open this up. I'm gonna open this, and we've got water in two zones. They're still open. All right, that's good. Let's close this. I'm going to try to tighten each one a little more, just make sure, not too much. Those screw heads are not the strongest, so I can see the little threads have worn down just tightening it on once. I guess they're one-use screws because it's not like you replace these all the time. Okay? Yeah. Got a red going to black. I don't think the color matters. Which one goes to which on the valve. But the instructions said just connect one. So this is the old wiring. These two here are coming from the irrigation controller. And they're going to get connected to here. Got these waterproof wire nuts, water resistant wire nut caps. Okay. Let's turn this on. Got the wire nuts connected. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next. Run. Here it goes. Zone 7. Cool. And that looks like where I want it on flow control, so I'm not going to mess with that. Let's go to another zone. Try zone 8. Way over on the other side. 8. Go. That should be that one. Here we go. See it coming up back there? Alright, one last one. Zone 14. Actually, we'll do zone 6. Alright.